New PR, 500 pounds. I'm the strongest heavyweight in existence. No spot. Let's go, Jim, man. Let's go, Jim. This is it. Come on, man. Come on. Lightweight. Lightweight. Come on. Ooh.
There you go. You got it.
Down low, better play, better pick.
Kind of insulting. It's brave, it's bold of him, but it's like, Jesus Christ, there's levels to this world.
Boxing Legends just leaked a shocking reaction to Jake Paul's latest training footage, and it's shaking up the fight world. The YouTuber turned boxer is once again making a spectacle of himself, pulling stunts like lifting fake weights and dressing up as a fat man to troll people online. It's baffling, considering he's about to face a legend like Mike Tyson. While Jake goofs off, Tyson is grinding like he's 25 again, and the boxing world has had enough. Experts, pros, and pundits are slamming Jake for not taking this fight seriously. They're calling him out for prioritizing clout over dedication, and they're right. Jake's antics are wearing thin, and the professionals are no longer tolerating it. They've made it clear there's no room in boxing for someone who treats the sport like a joke rather than putting in the hard work. His behavior has led to severe backlash, and this upcoming fight could be the breaking point for him in the sport. Jake Paul's boxing hype train is heading for a brutal derailment if he doesn't shape up and focus. He's in for a harsh reality check, and his latest training stunt is hard to ignore. Jake recently posted a video claiming to lift 500 pounds, acting like he's gearing up for the biggest fight of his career. But here's the catch. Fans immediately noticed something off. The bar didn't bend. Anyone who's lifted heavy knows that a bar loaded with 500 pounds should flex. But in Jake's case, it looked like he was lifting an empty bar with plastic weights slapped on. Fans were quick to catch on, and the internet exploded with reactions. People started calling him out, accusing him of faking it, and honestly, it's easy to see why. This was just one of many ridiculous stunts Jake has been pulling lately. Instead of getting serious and focusing on what could be the most important fight of his career, he's been busy making silly videos, like dressing up as a fat man and feasting on McDonald's. At a time when he should be locked in, training hard, and ready to face a legend like Mike Tyson, Jake's antics are making it clear he's not taking the fight seriously. Look at Jake Paul. He doesn't look like someone preparing to step into the ring with Mike Tyson. The guy doesn't exactly scream championship-level conditioning right now. Sure, Jake's made some waves in the boxing world recently, but that doesn't mean he's ready to go toe-to-toe with legends, especially not Tyson, who's still an absolute beast both in and out of the ring. Tyson isn't someone you can clown around with, yet it's shocking that Jake isn't taking this fight more seriously. Jake built his brand around being an influencer-turned-boxer, which is fine, but when you're about to face a legend like Tyson, you have to put in the work. Right now, Jake isn't doing that. Instead, he's more focused on pulling pranks and playing around on social media than actually preparing for the biggest fight of his life. It's as if he doesn't even understand what's at stake here. If Jake wants to be taken seriously in the boxing world, especially against someone as iconic as Mike Tyson, he needs to step up, big time. Instead of posting fake weightlifting videos and goofing off, he should be training like a real fighter. Jake needs to focus on improving his speed, stamina, and conditioning if he hopes to stand a chance in the ring. Jake Paul isn't just neglecting his training, he's overlooking the very fundamentals that could save him in the ring. Technique, power, and stamina are all crucial, especially against someone like Mike Tyson. Even at his age, Tyson remains a powerhouse, and Jake's treating this fight like a joke. But this is no ordinary fight. It's Mike Tyson, a guy who dominated the heavyweight division for years and still has that killer instinct. You can't take Tyson lightly, but Jake seems to think he can coast on hype and internet fame. Boxing pros and pundits are roasting Jake for his latest stunts, and honestly, they've had enough. He's been riding the wave of fame, hype, and jokes for too long, but the clown act is wearing thin. Sure, humor and trash talk are part of hyping up a fight. That's part of the sport, the showbiz side of things. But when that's all you're doing, with no real hard work behind it, people start losing patience fast. The boxing community is fed up with Jake's antics. Let's face it, boxing isn't just about talking the talk. You've got to walk the walk, and right now Jake's not even lacing up his shoes. Instead, he's too busy pulling pranks, dressing up, and posting questionable training videos. Jake Paul's antics, like using fake weights, might get him likes on Instagram or TikTok, but the fight world isn't impressed. The pros, the ones who've earned their place in the ring, are looking at Jake and wondering, what are you doing, man? Boxing pundits are blasting Jake for treating this fight like a joke, and they're not wrong. These are people who live and breathe the sport, who know what it takes to be a champion, and they can tell when someone isn't putting in the work. For Jake to be pulling these circus stunts instead of grinding in the gym is a slap in the face to the sport and to fans who want to see a real fight. Even UFC President Dana White, who's never been shy about sharing his opinions on Jake, has weighed in. White's been against Jake from the start, and with Jake's latest antics, it's easy to see why. Ever since the Mike Tyson
fought a guy who was his age and who was also considered a boxer, and he lost. So if you can keep 50-something-year-olds
you don't think Tyson has a chance?
And making a living at it, I think that Mike Tyson has a puncher's chance against anybody.
versus Jake Paul matchup was announced, UFC President Dana White has voiced his belief that Mike should stay out of the ring for good and respect his age. By the time the fight happens, Tyson will be 58, and many in the fight world are blasting Jake for challenging him. Jake's attitude is rubbing the boxing community the wrong way, with pros saying there's no room for this kind of behavior in the sport. Floyd Mayweather, one of boxing's all-time greats, hasn't held back when it comes to calling out Jake Paul. Watching from the sidelines, Mayweather is far from impressed. According to Floyd, Jake isn't anywhere near ready to face a legend like Mike Tyson. The pros see Jake's antics as disrespectful, and his behavior isn't sitting well with those who've dedicated their lives to the sport. For Jake, the criticism is piling up, and the fight world isn't going easy on him. Floyd Mayweather went on record saying Jake Paul's behavior is more fitting for a toddler than a professional athlete. Come on, stunts like fake weightlifting and dressing up as a fat man aren't how you prepare for the biggest fight of your career. Floyd's message to Jake is clear. If you're stepping into the ring with a legend, you need to bring something real to the table. Mike Tyson isn't just any opponent. He's spent his life perfecting his craft, destroying competition, and earning his title as the baddest man on the planet. Floyd, who knows firsthand what it takes to be at the top, sees Jake as nowhere near that level. Mayweather has been openly calling Jake out for his childish antics, emphasizing that the fight world demands real commitment, not pranks. Jake Paul, the influencer-turned-boxer, lacks the discipline, focus, and mentality needed to face someone like Mike Tyson. As Floyd Mayweather put it, you can't play boxing. The pros know that boxing isn't just about what happens in the ring. It's about the work done long before stepping in. It's the hours in the gym, the blood, sweat, and tears, pushing yourself to the limit physically and mentally. Jake isn't showing that kind of dedication. The boxing world is seeing right through his gimmicks, and they've had enough. They're saying, if you want to be a boxer, act like one. This upcoming fight against Tyson isn't just another YouTube spectacle or social media match. This is the real deal. Jake's antics won't cut it here. And
I think you can knock him out.
Can I ask you a question?
I think there's a very, very high chance of that. You know,
you think you can knock out Mike Tyson?
He's not the same. He's not the same fighter that he once was, and he knows that.
Stop it, bro.
Alex, you think you could beat up every white guy? What are you talking about?
I think it's a great fight. I think it is a great fight for that exact reason. Me boxing on the outside, him trying to come forward to knock me out. I have one punch power. He has one punch power. Who wins?
It's time for him to get serious. Jake Paul is treating this fight like a joke, and if he keeps it up, boxing experts are making one thing clear. There's no future for him in this sport. Sure, the hype train might be rolling now, but without the hard work, it's about to crash into a wall, and that wall is Mike Tyson. If Jake doesn't start taking things seriously, this fight could mark the beginning of the end for his boxing career. After that humiliating weightlifting video, Jake has a lot to train for. If I were him, I'd...
I'm getting ready for you. 1, 2, 3, 4.
take Joe Rogan's words to heart and spend more time in the gym rather than making silly videos. When a room full of people tells you to take Mike Tyson seriously, you listen. Meanwhile, the 58-year-old Tyson is gearing up like a beast. There's a reason why he's considered one of the greatest boxers of all time. He has a champion's mindset, which means he gives every fight, no matter who the opponent is, his blood, sweat, and tears. Even in a clash with Jake Paul, Tyson's training like it's a title fight. Mike Tyson is training like a newbie getting ready for his debut, and it's clear he's not here to play. Just look at him. Iron Mike is still a dangerous man. Compared to Jake Paul's sparring failures, Tyson's training footage is a serious wake-up call for the YouTuber-turned-boxer. This has raised a lot of eyebrows in the fight world, and boxing pros are weighing in with their opinions. While a few have praised Jake for finally stepping in with tougher opponents, many others, like Joe Rogan, believe Jake might be in over his head. The overwhelming sentiment is that Jake isn't prepared for what's coming his way. Tyson is treating this fight with the seriousness of a true champion, and Jake's antics aren't cutting it. So fight fans, that's all I've got for you today. What do you think about this whole situation? Do you agree with the boxing pros, or do you think they're being too harsh on Jake Paul? Drop your thoughts in the comments section, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more boxing news. See you in the next video.